So our next session, I think we'll have an opportunity to do a little bit of small group work to consolidate some of the information that has been presented here today. The next session is Dave is about to present the survey findings, and I think most people have an opportunity to participate in that. So for those who haven't seen it, here's a nice little summary of some of those findings. Then what we'll do after that, you'll have an opportunity in your groups to reflect upon the presentations and identify what you believe are the three key issues that the association ought to focus on over the next couple of years. And if you know suggested solutions or options, I'd like to hear those as well. Then we'll have an opportunity for reporting back. Then the last one is an open forum. If you haven't had a chance to say something, provide a comment, ask a question, we'll give a bit of a free fall for anybody who would like to make a comment. Okay, so how we're going to say wise, good? Good. So Dave, I'll hand that over to you. There's a mic just behind Chris. Thanks, mate.
Okay, so 5 minutes. Thank you guys, well, great to see all the happy faces here. So, well, a couple of them anyway. So I just want to quickly go through the survey results with you and a few of the comments we got from that. We're not going into depth. So basically, you can see the ages, as the age of the room reflects the age of the people who responded to the survey. And also the people who are learning to ride or how long you've been riding for. Most of us have been riding way over 11 years. All the way. I don't see that now. Whenever we get the chance. That's by far the majority of people did that. A few usually back to work, but most people went out whenever they could. A few rain, hail or shine, people still went out. So we'll put all this stuff up on our website. Do you ride in a group? Yeah. A few more than ride individually, and you participate in group rides. The same again, often sometimes. So I guess most of us are in some kind of group, not many just do a solo ride. Plan I numbers this here. Plan your ride. Some never. I think we've all we go for a ride or we just jump on the bike and go somewhere. I quite often don't plan a ride, it's just head north, south. We're very good west. Go somewhere for a ride. You can't go very far, can you? Ross, okay, you have a protective gear. That's quite encouraging. We've got 312, mostly 103. So the 5 who never wear it, they're the ones who are probably going to get the law changed where it'll be compulsory. So those 5, if you could actually start wearing clothes, it'd be good for all of us, because we don't want the government bringing in some compulsory law where we must wear clothing to any 20 standards. So and I can't understand why you wouldn't wear stuff. Unless you actually know when you're going to fall off your bike or someone's going to hit you. If you've got that sense, that's the day you put the gear on. Most of you are riding. Obviously, most of us like to ride in the country. Few of us are urban. These guys get straight to work when they can. And as we said, the motorcycle assessment program, by far, and a lot of people, probably about 55% haven't heard of it before the car had. This is in the survey. We had 442 responses to the survey, which wasn't too bad. Over 3 weeks we had again. That was good. And have you used them when you've bought stuff? A lot of no on that, but that doesn't mean a lot. It might just mean they don't need new clothing yet. I'm sure when we all go get our new jackets or boots or pants, we'll all go look at it now because we all know about this. But at the moment, I wouldn't think too much about that yes and no question, because there's a lot of guys you don't buy clothing that often. People who've done to improve recycles and roads. So roads designs and hazards quite high. They're all pretty high. Improved safety design. The biggest one that we had was probably the biggest response by far was rider training and the condition of the road, design of the road. Are they made for motorcyclists? Are the designers building the road? There's cars and motorcyclists are a secondary concern instead of being the first concern. For rider training was right up there on all the responses we did have. Got some numbers here. Improved road design with 238 people for improved road design and reduce hazards is important. Sight lines, a lot of people thought sight lines were really important, but we know we come to an intersection or there's a car coming along, here's that intersection, and there's an awful lot of things can be in the way so that car can't see it. It might be a dip in the road, might be some weed, might be in the lamp pole, power pole, all those things destroy the sight line for motorcycles. Motorcycles can quite easily get lost behind a power pole if it's badly placed on an intersection, so sight lines are very important. Improved road hazard reporting. A lot of people like the idea of that one. At the moment, you have got the 138 number you can call. And the basic part, I've used it with myself several times, and they do respond to it. But I think we need probably something like an app, like the Snap Sensor, but specifically for road surfaces, road conditions. So I think we've got way to go on that. Main roads, we're looking at an app a few years back of designing something where we can just stop at a certain place. It gives us the GPS location, and we say this is where the problem is, send it off to main roads instantly. And I think we need to work a bit more on that one. A lot of people thought the government agency appointed a dedicated motorcycle safety officer. It's quite probably 171 responses to that. Something I still want to push on that, so that's going well. Speeding, I got a lot of responses on this question. So speeding, everyone really love the idea of speeding. Everyone around the speed limits is rubbish. They're not set to any kind of logic. They're all over the place, and we need to really look at how those speeds are set. We will be putting the summary up on our website, so rather than go through every single thing, I'll leave it there if I can and get on to other stuff. Okay, what other stuff notes? So, lane filtering, had a meeting with Steve Fish, who's around here somewhere. He's my time partner in road safety, but he was working on road safety there. We went and saw Michelle Roberts last Wednesday and asked her a bunch of questions. One was on lane filtering, and she has approved it. It's gone through at the moment. It's with the Parliamentary Committee. They're writing up the legislation, I believe, correct? Okay. So it is happening, it will happen. It is WA, it is wait a while, early in the new year. I'm hoping, I'm sure she's hoping to be before the election as well. Okay, motorcycles using bus lanes. As you know, that was rejected. Recommendation from the Road Safety Commission was to the Minister to not continue with this. We've looked at the research and we've seen the report from Department of Transport, and they actually approved motorcycles using bus lanes. Road Safety was looking for the safety point of view. They looked at some research which we, as MRA, just don't accept. We think there's a very old research, and we have gone out and we found a whole bunch of other research that says it's not unsafe at all, and it's quite safe in some circumstances. We will be going back to the Road Safety Commission with our research. Once we get this out of the way, we'll put it all together and we will share them the research we found, hopefully challenge what they've done, and hopefully they'll see the light of day and take the new recommendations to the Minister. That's been worked on. So. Motorcycle obstacles for retaining riders, and also existing riders. We've got bad habits. I've been riding for 40 years and I've never had a crash. You've been making the same mistakes for 40 years and you just bloody learn. So we would like to see a subsidised scheme for it, subsidised by the government. It's really the cheapest and most cost-effective safety thing we can do for motorcycles. Get them to be safer riders. I know there's not everything we can do about car drivers, but we can actually fix our own skills and get better riders. So we are watching out for cars. So these are all things with the Minister. She's duly made notes, and so is the Road Safety Commission, so we'll be working on them. Motorcycle crash investigation, our police officer here, and the police do a good job of investigation. While we believe we can go a lot further, we think it's not just the police should be out there, we should have engineers out there, psychologists out there, we should have people who are specific. It's a motorcycle crash, have a motorcycle person out there who's an expert in the area. If there's a truck crash, get a truck driver out there who knows what's going on, how it all works, and look at the scene as a major crash investigation. And the police are looking for people to, it's their job, they want to look, is there fault, we've got a prosecute person, they do it for the safety as well. I don't know if there are a lot of recommendations come out of the police report and get implemented on. Hopefully our officer can tell us something about that bit later on. However, in most states they have, there's a big company called Safe System Solutions, Ken Deere, and a few of the engineers around here will know them. He runs a course where they train road engineers, students and existing ones, on how to design, build, maintain roads for motorcyclists. He's probably the best, the guru in Australia for road design for motorcyclists. He's done a lot of work over, I've been working with him for probably 10 years, that's how long he's been. He was with Vic Roads, now he has his own company. He travels all around Australia doing these courses for engineers, and we would like him to be invited over here and do the same here. Go through main roads, teach them, go to the Department of Transport, go to the local government, go to the universities and teach them what we need as motorcyclists. So I think that's the second cheapest option to get it. Fix the road before the built, we can do them right. Most of these things can be funded out of the Road Trauma Trust account. So any of us who've gone through our red lights or speed camera recently, we've all put some money into this, so thank you very much for your help. It's much appreciated. So that's where, so we will be working with the Minister, the Road Safety Commission on these, and when we leave here, we all know the problems with motorcycling. What we want from you guys is what can we do about it? It's no good us sitting here and having a word, this is right, this is out, this isn't working. Can we please have some solutions off you guys when you get to the workshops? We will get all these ideas, we will put them together, and we will have an action plan that we will take to the Minister and Road Safety Commission. I think I'm done. Thank you.
Well done, Dave. Thank you. So, Dave, I understand you're going to put those survey results up on your website, correct?
Yeah.
For those people who want to actually analyse it further. Any questions today before we get into the small group work? Yeah, people, my friend. I'll just give you the mic.
Dave, do you know what percentage of males ride motorbikes compared to females?
No, I've never done a head count, but looking running nice. I don't know. Anyone in the Department of Transport have it? Yes, please.
The statistics I drew the other day is about 12% female.
12% female.
Sounds like a very accurate figure.
Which kind of reflects a bit on the crashes, mostly male, but that's around about the same amount, I think.
Another question for Dave? Yeah.
Hi there. Last the forum that we went to at the bike shed in the city there, earlier this year, I asked a couple of the people from over east in the uni there about the statistics when we're having our crashes, fatalities and stuff like that. Every time that I ask these people when we go to these big forums, the statistics are never broken down. We don't know if they're unlicensed riders, we don't know the cause of the accidents, we don't know why, we don't know ages, we don't know the experience. They never break them down. All it is basically this is a fatality or it's an accident. How can we get people that study this to actually break down the causes and the information?
Thanks, Al. I think once again we go back to the crash investigation. During the crash investigation, they should look at where they were in safety gear, where they were in helmets, what bike were they on, what license do they hold. All those things are missing from the crash investigation. And other people, they do a good job. I don't know was wearing a helmet and gear, but they don't go into that. That's information that needs to be. Someone needs to be there, probably from the Department of Transport, so they can get that information. Put us all into one document so we know exactly who they're happening to, when they're happening, and then we can maybe fix a few of the problems.
Thanks, Al. Question from Lee.
Thank you. Yeah, my name's Lee Kirby. I'm from Stay Upright. Just as just to sort of like add to the part of the dialogue there, it's an interesting question that you've got there, Dale, because in the Eastern Seaboard they actually have that type of information. They know that they've worked out the top 5 crash types that happen for motorcyclists, and they've actually worked out the genders and the actual age groups as well. And that's why through that sort of like the program's actually been developed, because they've identified that most of the accidents are actually males in between 21 to 39 years of age. And so the training, if you like, has been designed towards sending a message to sort of say, listen, it's okay, let's try and focus on being safe. You don't necessarily have to take risks unnecessarily and all that. So it's designed around all those purposes there. As to how we can get all the information, that similar information over here, yeah, well, as Dave pointed out, it'll just take a bit of time to get that information. Yeah.
And I know the Safety Commission are working on. There's a few problems getting information off different departments, health departments, etc. And I know the Safety Commission are all working on that hard, and it's been a long time coming, but I think it is going to show it.
Terry, we've got time for one more question for Dave, if there is one.
That was a really good job.
Dave, on behalf of the group, thank you so much for doing that. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, now an opportunity to reflect upon some of the presentations that we have had this morning. We've we've got 30 minutes allocated for this activity. In your small groups, could you please ensure that somebody is responsible for assuming the role of scribe? That is somebody hopefully with writing that we can understand. So whoever that may be, that's the first step. And you have 30 minutes, please, if you could reflect upon today's presentations and provide input as to what you believe, you, the group, are the three main areas that the MRA should focus on over the next 2 years. And if you have any suggested solutions or answers to those three areas, please provide them as well. At the end of the 30 minutes, I'll give you an opportunity to report back about what the group has done. So first step, please make sure we've got a scribe taking notes, so we will collect those notes at the end. Maximum of 3, so 3 areas that you believe the MRA should focus on over the next 2 years based on today's presentations. And if you've got suggested answers or recommendations, please cite those as well. Away you go, team. 30 minutes and then I'll check in. There you go.